And a big thank you for watching this morning's today's edition of The Weather Now. Right now, 11:09, so just a couple minutes behind that 11 o'clock start time. We're looking ahead to the forecast for today. We're talking about more heat. Today's kind of the last real hot day, abnormally hot day of the work week. So that's item number one. Number two, increasing rain chances along with the slightly cooler temperatures the rest of the work week. And number three, don't hate to bury the lead here, but we are monitoring an area of storminess in the southwestern Atlantic. Not looking too impressive. In fact, the National Hurricane Center has canceled their today's recon flight into the plane to investigate the system, and will have no direct impact here locally. So we are going to talk about it, but going to get to that in just a few minutes. First, I want to talk about temperatures because it's really heating up out there and will feel hotter than 100 degrees in a couple of places this afternoon. Right now, 90, your temperature actually taken before the top of the hour, about 10:50, 10:53. 90 Vidalia, 91 Hazelhurst, 90 Waycross, 91 Jessup, even our islands in the upper 80s, lower 90s. That's with an offshore breeze pushing the heat of the land all the way to the beaches. If it was an onshore easterly wind, the cooler Atlantic waters would help keep our island and our beach temperatures a little bit cooler. We don't have that working in our favor today, so it's going to be hot all the way to the beaches. So kind of went through it already, but want to hit the weather headlines hard here because we're going to have a bit of a weather pattern change. May impact some plans here this week. And again, if you have any questions, you can go to the WTOC TV Facebook page. We're streaming on several platforms right now. If you're just joining, maybe this is your first time watching this, Roku, Amazon Fire, WTOC.com, news and weather apps, all the platforms that I just mentioned. Plus, we have WTOC 11 on Twitter and WTOC TV on Facebook. You're going to see me look down occasionally, phone the palm of my hand. I'm going to be answering questions, comments, concerns as they come in, and in regards to the local forecast, hopefully I can help you plan your work week, answer any weather questions that you may have. Also, the layout of these videos, we're here at the Weather Center, so occasionally I'll be looking down, playing with weather graphics to help better tell the weather story and to really give you some good information. So again, work week weather headlines. Today still going to be hot, highs in the mid to upper 90s. Changes are in the works already. Not feeling them yet, but beginning tomorrow and then especially Wednesday, Thursday on into the rest of the work week, we are going to have a greater shot at rain, slightly cooler temperatures, a daily chance of rain each afternoon, early evening, a chance for scattered downpours. Some of the rain will be on the heavy side, and maybe a couple summertime splash and dash thunderstorms will produce not only the brief heavy rain, but frequent lightning and some gusty breezes. And along with the greater rain chance, more clouds. It'll feel more humid, so feel muggier than it has been, but the actual air temperature will be a little bit cooler. All right, it does appear that we have some folks commenting in now. Thank you for the viewership. Appreciate everyone watching. Again, I'm here to answer any weather questions that you may have. This is in addition to the new newscast coming up here in just a little bit. Trish, hello to you. Geraldine and Odom, good morning. Patricia in Register, good morning, Bullitt County. Trish says, hot and dry here on the south side, probably referring to the city of Savannah. Absolutely the case. We need the rain. I hope that we can get some scenes like that over the next few days. Hey there, Amy, watching in Baxley. Good morning. Good morning to C up in Hampton. Rita, Darian, Valerie, good morning to everybody. Jeffrey, hello to you. C. Brooker, good morning. Wishing everyone an awesome Monday morning. So far, weather-wise, it has not been bad, but it's heating up very quickly now. And I want to go ahead and pull out the hour-by-hour forecast. This is kind of what I'm looking for on my weather computer here. We're going to continue to warm up. In fact, we're running a little bit ahead of schedule here. May have to bump up that noon number. In general, I still think the right idea, though, the same idea, should say lower 90s for lunchtime, kind of that noon to 1 time period. So if you're running to meet a client for a lunch meeting, maybe you're having to run your kid lunch. If you're one of the counties still in schools, maybe you're just out and about trying to get that last-minute exercise in. It is going to be hot. Lower 90s noon to 1, mid-90s by 2. High temperature today, mid to upper 90s. And notice the slight chance of a shower, 10% chance of an isolated shower today. Not a washout, not a day where we see beneficial rains, but a couple of neighborhoods could get poured on. And we can talk about that potential in the hour-by-hour forecast. I actually showed you the same forecast model on DNews at daybreak, but we've had some new data cycles come in. You know, within each hour, we tend to get updates for this particular forecast model. New data comes in, it puts a new forecast out. So you're seeing new data here. And as we go through the early afternoon, There's an isolated shower, according to this model, developing out near Montgomery County, well removed from the coastline. But the trend this morning was to kind of pop stuff along I-95, and it still wants to. You know, it has the idea that it wants to pop up a few showers along I-95, and I think that they'll be briefly heavy where they do fall, but they're going to be very few and far between, generally the coastal half or third of the coastal empire and low country. And you see that's about it. We have a few showers popping up. In fact, I'm going to make sure I'm out of the shot here. We have a few showers trying to pop up there through the afternoon, early evening around dinner time. Everything moving west to east today, or northwest to southeast, back towards the beaches. But it's going to be very isolated. And then out of the picture here as we go into the overnight hours. Maybe a little cloudier tonight, some high-level clouds moving in from the mid-south. But these clouds will not actually produce any rain here, coastal empire and low country. So as we look ahead to the extended forecast beyond today, want to bring in a different forecast model. We're going to go ahead and zip on by today so we can focus on tomorrow. And here I'm just going to zip on by pretty quickly. Now I'm going to go back to your Tuesday. Here we are. Frame of reference tomorrow morning, 3 a.m. So early risers. You have to be at work 4 or 5. Talking to you here. We're dry tomorrow morning. We're dry through the morning, commute 7, 8, 9. Clouds start to bubble up. Our little sea breeze boundary. Remember, the winds are onshore tomorrow. So islands, beaches, a little bit cooler tomorrow. In fact, everybody will be a little bit cooler. Onshore breeze off of the Atlantic, clouds bubbling up by mid to late morning. Pretty typical for this time of year. And there we go. Isolated to widely scattered showers and thunderstorms popping up here. A couple reasons why. High pressure, that sinking air that's been overhead for the past several days, is breaking down a little bit, so clouds can grow taller, producing some showers, some thunderstorms. Also, it's still going to be warm tomorrow. And remember, land and sea, they heat at different rates. That difference tends to create our little sea breeze boundary. Think like a mini cold front moving in from the cooler ocean waters and beaches. And that, too, helps clouds rise and grow taller and produce showers and a couple of thunderstorms, and that's the case tomorrow. And one or two of these, kind of tapping into the heat and the moisture that we have present tomorrow, could produce brief heavy rain, frequent lightning, and gusty breezes. So tomorrow's kind of the kickoff to the slightly wetter weather pattern. 2, 3, 4 tomorrow afternoon. This is primarily afternoon stuff, and we could see a gusty thunderstorm or two. This model is certainly indicating that with these reds and these purples. Not necessarily is it going to be in Claxton and Glenville. It'll be somewhere coastal empire and low country, but exact locations, this forecast model is not going to get it just right this far in the future, or this far looking out into the future. But it has the idea of scattered showers and thunderstorms tomorrow, and then diminishing tomorrow evening. We'll do it again Wednesday, off and on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Each and every day we'll have a little bit of rain, at least, on first alert radar. And I can show you the trend here in the 7-day forecast. Again, I'm going to go ahead and update the conversation feed. I don't think I'm getting an updated stream of comments. I'm going to go ahead and close it out, reopen it while that scene is loading up. That weather graphic is loading up, and here we are. We have some of the newer ones coming in. Hey there, Jeannie. Thank you for watching. Jennifer says, please let it rain on Tybee. Jeannie says, rain, please. Nikki says, we need tons of rain. Carissa says, 4 seasons of Georgia, summer, summer, winter, and more summer. Sometimes it certainly seems like that's true. Gigi, hello to you. Sharon's praying for some rain. Jeannie, thank goodness for a little bit of cooler weather. Christy says she's just the big eye emojis. And hopefully we can get some rain. Valerie says, is it true when it's this hot, this early in the year, we get more storms? Not necessarily. In fact, the ridge of high pressure that caused us to bake and gave us all that heat tends to lessen the risk of showers and thunderstorms. And there is not a direct correlation between a hot May and an active hurricane season here locally. There are some very loose sort of connections that can be drawn, but they aren't. There is no really clear signal, I should say, as to what hurricane season will be like, drawing from what the weather was in May. So no direct sort of implications there. Trish says, rain everywhere in southeast Georgia, please. Deborah saying hello. Hello to you from Hilton Head. Andrew says, way overdue. My lawn looks like Texas. Parts of Texas have greener lawns than we do and see more rain than we do. But central and west Texas, actually it's ironic here. They're getting a lot of rain, especially northwest Texas. But that's kind of because of the same ridge of high pressure, blocking the rain from us, sinking air, squashing the clouds, flow around it, sending a lot of moisture and kind of lifting the air over in Texas. Omar says, bring on the hurricanes. No, thank you. I will pass on that. Here's the, and we will give that tropical update here in just a moment, but want to go ahead and lay out the next 7 days because this is the impact. It's going to be slightly cooler temperatures, upper 80s, lower 90s, scattered showers and thunderstorms each and every day. So even if you miss out on rain tomorrow, no need to get mad at me. Go on my Facebook page just yet, at least. But the chance of maybe you getting rain Wednesday, even if you missed out Tuesday, it's there. And let's say you missed out both days. Well, hey, you have another chance Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. In fact, late weekend to the weekend, we may get a little bit of moisture in the tropical sense from the far southwestern Gulf of Mexico. I'm going to go ahead and pull up my tropical weather graphics now, and we can take a look at what's going on here. Again, no significant worries, but we do have an area of low pressure here, very loosely organized. You can see that counterclockwise spin, and it's been broadly rotating. Again, not at the surface. This is not a named system. It's not a tropical depression yet, but Hurricane Center is giving it a chance of development over the next several days, 2 to 5 days, really now through Wednesday or so. And the latest update, they're giving it a 60% chance of development. They've been holding at that 60% for some time now. And again, the general thinking is that even though the system is way down here, and I can kind of draw this out for you, it is going to lift off to the north. So it's tucked way down in the Bay Campeche here, far southwestern Gulf of Mexico, but it's going to be drawn off to the north and maybe making a turn to the northeast. So it's going to send a lot of moisture up here in Mexico, Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi. Even if it doesn't get a name, even if it does not become Tropical Storm Barry. And what may happen here, and I'm going to draw this out, going back to the other weather map here. We're going to zoom down in and see what's going on over the United States. Here's what we have going on. We have a big old dip in the jet stream here across the western United States. We have tropical moisture being pulled up, and this big old dip in the jet stream is going to navigate eastward. It's going to move eastward and bring, kind of tug in some of that tropical moisture with it, and that could help increase our chance of rain. Again, that's a rough look at what it looks like right now. Here in a few days, that trough of low pressure will be a little closer to us, and that moisture will be kind of caught up in it and being wrung out overhead in the form of scattered showers and thunderstorms. So this little guy down here, Invest 91L, may actually help increase our chance of rain. No, we are not worried about it. No, we are not forecasting direct tropical impacts, but positive side here, it could help increase the chance of showers and thunderstorms around the area. Let's see. Anita says hurricane season starting June 1st. Absolutely correct. Chris says no, rain is nice, but the winds, not expecting any wind from this tropical system. Again, we need to remember there's a difference between, a system coming right at us and a very loosely organized system kind of being wrung out and its moisture spreading over 1,000, 2,000 square mile, area, or if not even larger area than that. Trish says, what lawn? That's sad if your lawn is that brown, if it's dead. I hope I can give you some rain out of this setup. We will see rain here this week. It's just how much does your yard see? That's the big question right now, but definitely a wetter pattern compared to what we have had. Andrew's agreeing, says it's practically all dirt. Nancy says, hooray, rain again. Let's see. Trish says, may go spend summer with my in-laws in Orlando. Certainly seems like it's cooler down there. Nita says, rain is a good thing. Amy says, what's the difference between high and low pressure? The thing here is that high pressure generally, not in every case, but generally means fair weather. Low pressure generally correlates to stormier weather. So let's say there's, in fact, you can see it right here. We tend to have a ridge of high pressure overhead right now. That's going to be a clockwise spin, and notice where there's less clouds. That's sinking air. So the sinking air underneath that ridge of high pressure, it squashes the clouds. It causes hot weather. So Amy, it really squashes the clouds. But let's say we have low pressure out here. That does the opposite. It helps air parcels, little tiny pieces of air, if you will, rise to form showers and thunderstorms as those clouds grow very, very tall. It's the opposite with high pressure. That is sinking air. You get less clouds, more sun, and tending to be the case spring and summer, more heat. So that's what we're watching for you. Overall, if I could sum up the one positive part of this forecast in one single weather graphic, you're going to have to bear with me here a little bit. We are going to search our weather graphics here. I'm going to pull up one graphic that's really going to have everyone happy here, and that's going to be the extended rain chance forecast graphic, and it just kind of simplifies the rain chance over the next several days. And notice how we have a rain chance every day, and I may need to raise these chances every so often. We'll just have to see how each day is shaping up as we get a little bit closer to each day. Again, one day may be a little drier, for example, today and Thursday. One day may be a little wetter. We're just going to have to look at the fine tuning of the forecast, those specific details when looking at the this really specific parts of the forecast. So some subtle alterations are possible. We'll keep you updated. We can keep you updated on pretty much every platform, like Facebook. If you're watching Facebook right now, you can watch the News Roku, the News at Noon. In fact, kicking off here in about 36 minutes. Roku, Amazon Fire, WTOC.com news app, and weather app. And speaking of the weather app, I actually put a video in the app this morning. It's still there, not only discussing today's hour-by-hour forecast, but as it loads up right now, again, WTOC weather app, it takes you a little bit further out into the future. Okay, so see that video by my finger? That's a video I put in this morning detailing today's hour-by-hour and the trend for the next several days. Be on the lookout for those videos on the home screen detailing the weather changes coming up over the next several days. And remember, we do have that 10-day, and looky there, rain chance continues even beyond the 7-day forecast as we kind of slide into this generally unsettled weather pattern. Fingers crossed we can get some drought relief out of it. So again, time now 11:25. The News at Noon coming up. I'm in for Chief Meteorologist Dave Turley today. We'll keep you updated. You can stream it, The News at Noon on TV, of course, WTOC.com, and in the apps as mentioned as well. Have yourself a good afternoon.